Yat e Havana. All is good. Yat e Shikedo Shirane Annalisa Rockbridge and Shia. Hi, I'm Annalisa Rockbridge and I'm going to be your yoga guide this morning. This morning we're not gonna flow in the Vinyasa flow sequencing that I normally teach. So we're going to isolate our upper shoulders and our chest area to open that up. We have a tendency sometimes to, throughout the day, either in front of our computer start kind of going inward as we type. Our shoulders begin to hunch over and our back begins to curve. Even when we drive at times, we begin to start hunching towards our steering wheel. So I just want to give an opportunity to teach a class that opens up the shoulders and hopefully relieve any tension that we carry in our shoulders. So let's begin by rolling out our mats. We're going to connect to our breath. If you have a belt or a towel, a long towel, go ahead and grab that. You don't need it, but you can have it for today. So let's connect to our breath and begin. Hands can be facing down onto the knees to send out the love into the world, or we can have our hands up to receive the love this morning. Let's box breathe. So we're going to inhale for a count of 3. We're going to pause for 3, exhale for 3, and then pause for 3. We're going to do this for 4 rounds, and then we're going to invite a cleansing breath in at the end of the 4th round. If at any time you need to invite a cleansing breath in between, go ahead and do that. We're trying to calm our parasympathetic nervous system. We're not trying to set it off. So let's begin. Let's inhale for 1, 2, 3. Pause at the top for 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Pause at the bottom for 2, 3. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Pause at the top for 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Pause at the bottom for 2, 3. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Pause at the top for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Pause at the bottom for 2, 3. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Pause at the top for 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Pausing at the bottom for 2, 3. Let's invite a nice cleansing breath into the lungs. Inhaling through the nostrils, spreading across the chest and the collarbones, and then open mouth side exhale, let it go. Very good. So let's stand up now that we've linked our breath. And we're going to bring our hands out. So first let's root down through our feet. Feet can either be at hip distance apart, or they can be big toes touching with a sliver of space in between your heels. Sometimes having the feet hip distance apart can relieve or be a little bit nicer on the lower back. As you root down through your feet, push down into the big toe, push down into the pinky toe, and then lean back ever so slightly so you can feel the corners of your heel. Lift up your inner arches, and by that I just mean by lift up your kneecaps. When you lift your kneecaps up, you'll feel how that automatically tightens up your thigh muscles. It starts to activate the hamstrings. Draw the tailbone down towards the mat. Lift the frontal hip bones up towards the shoulders, but don't let the chest puff out. Draw those frontal hip points down towards the hip points. Continue to draw up through the sternum and the top of the head. Hands come down to the side. Tadasana. So we're letting our bones nicely stack on top of each other without having any excessive arching or puffing. We're drawing everything in towards the midline. As you inhale, we're trying to find length through all sides of our waist. And then exhaling, letting go of whatever you're holding on to, any tension in the shoulders, allowing the shoulders to drop a little bit further from the ears. Again, inhale and grow a little bit taller to the top of your head. And then exhale, allow the shoulder heads away from the ears. And let's begin to link our breath to our movement. As you inhale, raise your hands out to a T. Let the palms face down. Depending on how open your shoulders are, maybe we just bring them out to a wide V. But as you inhale, continue to draw your frontal rib points down. So as we lift up through the arms, don't let the chest puff out. Just continue to draw the frontal rib points down. As you lift up through the arms, don't allow the shoulders to crunch up towards the ear. Let's try to make space by finding distance between our shoulder heads and our ears. As you exhale, allow the hands to come down next to your body. And let's do that again. Let's inhale, rise the hands up to a T. And then exhale, allow the hands to come down next to you. Now let's find some external rotation through our shoulders by inhaling, drawing the pinkies forward and above. And then as you exhale, when you get to the top of your head, turn the palms to face each other without losing the rotation in the shoulders. I'm going to kneel down so that you can completely see me. You can stay standing. But what I want you to do here is externally rotate your entire upper arms. So at the top of your head, palms are facing each other. And then let's exhale, allow the hands to come down in front of us. And let's do that again. Let's inhale, draw the pinkies up towards the sky. This is getting a full external rotation all the way through the shoulder. And then when you get to the top of your head, turn only the palms to face each other. And then exhale, allow the hands to come down in front of you. And let's do that again. Inhale, hands float forward and above. We're not in any rush. We're just seeing how it feels in our shoulders, what point we start to shrug up at, that's the point of resistance we want to stop. Allow the palms to face each other at the top of the head. Continue to draw the biceps in towards your ears. So wrap those upper outer arms in. And then exhale, allow the hands to come down in front of you. So let's raise the hands in front of us, interlace the hands all the way to the webbing, and then we're going to place the right thumb on top. Flip the palms over, and then raise the palms up into the sky. Again, don't allow the ribs to puff out. Keep drawing those down towards the frontal hip points. Push up through the palms, but continue to wrap the outer upper arms in. So keep drawing your triceps forward and your biceps in. And then exhale, allow the hands to come down in front of you. Remember, we have the right thumb on top. So we're going to raise the hands in front of us, interlacing all the way at the webbing, and this time interlacing the left thumb on top, flipping the palms over, and then pushing up into the sky. Drawing the frontal hip points and the frontal rib points in together, finding space in the shoulders and continuing to push up through the palms, drawing the triceps forward. So wrapping those upper outer arms in towards your ears. And then exhale, allow the hands to come down in front of you. So you should already feel a difference in the shoulder heads and the way that it feels in the trapezius area, the upper back area. So let's make our way down to our mat. And we're going to come into a child's pose in full extension. So allow the hips to rest down to the heels. If they don't reach, just allow the heels or the hips to start to guide down towards the mat. Rest over your thighs and extend your hands out in front of you. Extend your hands out so much in front of you. Keep crawling them out that your forearms and your elbows lift up off of the mat. So you're in this extended child's pose. Again, continue to push down into the mat with all 10 fingers. Maybe look up, crawl your fingertips just ever so slightly. Keep the fingertips tented, and then allow the forehead to come back down onto the mat. Continue to breathe through the sides of the waist. As you inhale, try to expand the ribs on the back. And then exhale, start to crawl yourself forward. Lift your hips up, tuck your toes, and then lift your hips up and back into your first Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. This is our first down dog of the morning. So let's just take out any type of wiggles we have or any tension that we're holding from the night. So maybe we look up at our hands, make sure that the hands are pointing straight forward. So if your shoulders are tight this morning, you want to push down into your pointer finger and thumb. Maybe take your hands and twist them out to the side a little bit, turn them out. But continue to push down into your hands. Let's take a peek back at the toes. Make sure that the heels are tucked behind the second toe. Everybody draw the outer upper arms in. So draw those biceps up and those triceps down. So we're doing the same exact motion that we were when we were standing and we were raising our arms up and above our head. We're just continuing to wrap those arms in. Maybe we come up onto our tippy toes and put a deep bend in the knees so we can lift our hips just ever so slightly higher into the sky. One more breath. If you want to pedal out your dog, go ahead and do that here. Wherever you are, just continue to breathe. Let's walk our hands back to meet our feet. Put a deep, generous bend in your knees if you need to let your body rest on top of your thighs. And interlace your hands at your lower back. Allow the crown of the head to come down towards the mat as you straighten your legs any amount and shift the weight into your toes, lifting your hands off of your lower back any amount. Continue to inhale and breathe. And then as you exhale, try to get the crown of the head to get a little bit closer to the mat. Maybe you want to allow your shoulders, if they're open already, to come all the way forward. But it's really early in the morning, so I just allow the hands to come up off of the lower back, put a bend in the elbows. Keep shifting the weight forward into my toes to feel a nice stretch in the hamstrings. And breathe. Changing the interlacing of your thumbs, so just switching your hands one finger over. A couple more breaths here in Uttanasana. Let's walk our hands back into downward facing dog. Pushing down into the pointer finger and thumb to protect the wrists. Drawing the biceps up towards the ears and the triceps down towards the mat. One more breath. And then when you're ready, walk your feet up to your hands. Come up halfway for Ardha Uttanasana, sliding the hands up underneath the knees onto the shins. And then hands come onto the hips, strong spine, strong legs, standing all the way up into the sky. We're back up. Hi, everybody. So let's grab onto, let's just do this first without any props. So we're going to do, and again, I'm going to drop down on my knees just so that you can see me in the full screen. We're going to bring our hands out to a YV. Making little fists. I recommend a wider stance for your arms to begin with. So as we inhale, we're going to rise our arms all the way up. Imagine you're holding onto a belt or a towel. So your arms are moving, so you're not getting closer or wider as you move up. And then let's exhale, let's just bring it straight down. And maybe you want to try that a little bit closer. So as you inhale, rise your arms up. But again, don't allow the shoulders to rise up into the ears when you rise. So exhale, lower the arms down. And again, so I'm bringing my hands out to a wide V. As you inhale, rise the hands up. But don't let the frontal rib points puff out. We're not doing this. Draw the frontal hip points down to the rib points. Grow tall through the sternum and the chest. And then exhale, allow the hands to come down in front of you. Let's add on to this. So as you inhale, rise the arms up and above your head. And then exhale, draw them behind you. Inhale, rise the arms up and above your head. Exhale, allow them to come down in front of you. Now we're not rushing to go through this, and we don't want to contortion our body or move our spine to get in and out of this pose either. So as you inhale, we're going to rise the arms up out to a V or a Y, YMCA, I guess. And then exhale, hands come behind you, but we don't want to puff out to draw the hands behind us. We don't want a contortion to get into this. We want to just allow the arms to come straight behind us. And then as you inhale, draw the arms up above. And then exhale, hands come down. So I'm going to grab my belt just to show you what it looks like. We're going to do about 5 more of these just to continue to open up the shoulders. So I'm widening the length of the belt. As I inhale, my arms are going to float up and above. And then as I exhale, my arms are going to come behind me. Inhale, arms float up and above. Exhale, hands come down in front of me. And as my shoulders begin to open throughout the day, maybe we do this in the afternoon, we can see that we can hold our belt a little bit tighter, but we don't want to compromise any part of this movement. So we don't want the shoulder heads to rise up. We don't want to shift our spine in order to get the hands to meet behind us. We don't want the frontal hip points or the rib points to puff out. Last one. So exhale, allow the hands to come down in front of you. Very good, everybody. So let's continue to open up across the chest, open up across the back of the shoulders. Let's have our hands come out to a T. And then flip the palms up. Bring the hands in front of you. Cross the right elbow under the left. So the left elbow is on top. Bend both of your elbows now. And then have the palms face the back of each other. If this is a lot right here and this is having you kind of collapse in, take your hands and just put your fingertips on the shoulder heads. But again, we don't want any type of excessive arching or puffing. So continue to draw the tailbone down towards the mat. Frontal hip points draw up towards the rib points. The rib points are drawing down. So we're tightening this area, lifting up through the sternum and the crown of the head. If you're deciding to go ahead and wrap, the back of the palms are facing each other. If you're double wrapping, the palms are facing each other. For wherever you are in this pose, everybody lift up their elbows. And again, don't compromise any part of the movement in the body. And if you can, move your hands and your forearms away from your face. So you should feel how the scapula or the shoulder blades are resting on the back. Feel the space opening on the upper trapezius area. Breathing into the back area. One more breath. And as you exhale, let go of the pose, let go of whatever you're holding on to. And let's do the other side. Hands come out in front of you. This time our left elbow is going to come under our right, so the right elbow is on top. We're going to interlace either fingertips on the top of the shoulders, palms are behind each other, or we're double wrapping. Lifting the elbows up a little bit higher, and then pushing the hands away from us. Continuing to breathe. Exhale, let go of whatever you're holding on to, let go of whatever you have. Very good. So let's do a little bit more. Hands come out to a T. Flip your palms, and this time your right hand is going to come straight up into the sky, and you're gonna pat your upper back with your right hand. But again, we're not looking to compromise anything, so continue to draw your ribs in, pick the back of the ribs up off of the waist, and then draw your bicep forward, your tricep forward and your bicep back. So we're continuing to do that wrapping of the arm action that we've been doing this morning. Drawing the upper outer arm in. We're taking our left hand, the palm is going to turn to the back of the room, and then our back of our hand is going to rest on our lower back. As you inhale, grow tall through the sides of the waist. Maybe your head looks up and you feel a different sensation in your tricep area, a little bit more of a stretch. As you exhale, let go of the hands, let go of the pose or whatever you're holding on to. And let's do the other side. So as you inhale, raise your hand up to a T, and then take your left hand up to the sky and pat your upper back. Don't let the rib points puff out. Continue to draw them down. Draw that bicep and that tricep forward. So continue to do that upper arm rotation. Hand comes out to a T. Palm faces backwards. And then the back of your hand comes onto your lower back. Continue to find length at the sides of your waist. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, let everything go. Maybe you look up with your head. Continue to breathe here on your own. One more breath, and with an exhale, let go of whatever you're holding on to. Very good. So as you continue to root down into your feet, let's draw the arms forward and above, just like we did at the beginning of the class. Utthita Hastasana and Tadasana. We're allowing the pinkies to lead, finding that external rotation all the way through our shoulders, drawing the frontal hip points down and allowing the shoulder heads to move away from the ears, finding that space that we made in the trapezius area. The top of our head, the palms face each other. Maybe the palms touch at the top of our head because we found this space in the shoulders. As you exhale, the hands come into the chest, Samastitihi. Very good, everybody. So let's come back down into our mat. And we're going to come into either a seated position, or you can go ahead and come onto your back and lie down on your back. But let's take a nice cleansing breath together. So let's take a nice breath in through our nose. Sit up a little bit taller. Feel how our chest opens up a little bit wider. How the shoulder heads automatically dropped as we exhale. Let the gaze soften. Let the breath begin to come back to normal breathing, inhales and exhales at your own pace. And let's draw our attention to the right side of the body. Drawing the attention to the right arm, the right elbow, the right hand, the skin of the right hand, the palm of the right hand, the fingers on the right hand, the wrists of the right hand, the elbow joints of the right hand and arm, the shoulder girdle of the right arm and the right body. Take a nice deep breath in and bring your attention into your left leg, the left hip, the left knee, the left ankle, the left foot. As you breathe in, feel the skin on the left foot, the toes on the left foot. Feel the sole of the right foot as you breathe in. Exhale, let it go. Breathing into the right lung, the right solar plexus, the right upper abdomen. Breathing in, feeling how the lower belly draws in with every breath. Exhaling, bringing your attention to the right hip. Taking a deep breath into the right side of your body. Exhaling, letting it go. Maybe feeling a difference or an imbalance as we begin to breathe into our left side of our body. Bringing our attention into our left arm. Continuing to sit tall with every breath. Inhale, bringing our attention to our right elbow, our right hand, the left hand. Breathing into the left skin on the left hand. Bringing our attention to the left fingers, the left wrist, left elbow joint, the left shoulder girdle. Breathing into the left arm. Exhaling and bringing your attention to your left leg, the left hip, the left knee, the left ankle. As you inhale, maybe exhaling and feeling the skin along the left foot, the left toes, the left sole of the left foot. As you inhale, breathe into the left leg. And then exhale, bring your attention to your left chest. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat on that side. Inhaling into the left solar plexus. Exhaling, feeling how the lower abdomen. As you inhale, let go of the left side, maybe feeling an evenness now throughout the body. Continuing to breathe, bringing your attention now into the space in between your eyebrows. Breathing into your throat, taking a nice deep breath. Open mouth side, exhale, let it go. And just sitting here, maybe feeling the difference in your body from when we started our practice, from when we began breathing with our box breathing, from where we started with our shoulders in the position that they were in this morning. allowing the chin to lower down into the chest and recognizing the work that you have done here today on your mat. The hardest part was showing up, and you've already done that. The highest light in me sees and honors the highest light in all of you. Ahiahe. Thank you for joining me this morning for our yoga, our community yoga. Like I said, it was a shoulder opening day. So I hope you feel a little bit more open in the trapezius area, which is your upper back area. Maybe when we do some cats and cows tomorrow, we'll feel a difference in where we just are, but maybe we can feel a difference today in where we hold anything in our shoulders or our upper back. So I hope this relieves a little bit of tension for you or any type of whatever we're holding. I know I personally hold a lot in my upper body. So drink lots of water, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So today I just used a yoga strap. Again, a blanket, a towel, or a regular belt, anything would really work. And then I always, use my trusty block because I have that bum knee. So these things are always available to purchase, Amazon, yoga studios have these things on sale all the time because they're not open. So I do recommend, grabbing some items for your home and your personal practice. Okay, so hago one, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.